morning, Vietnam. Hello, everybody. We've got a green pre-market, and there's no significant news that I'm seeing. And we also have, this is maybe the most significant, I don't have my contacts in. It's not, I'm far side, I think it is, or I don't know which near side or far side, but I can see up close. I'm gonna be squinting today. We're gonna be squinting a lot today. I can see up close pretty well, but if I go back at all, I can't read the tickers very well even. So, but yeah, good morning everybody. 622 green, up over 0.5% pre-market. We've got crazy failure to delivers on Fintel. For some reason, Fintel's not actually loading right now. Just one rock emoji in the thumbnail. You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. That's a good reference. I like that. But the Fintel is, I don't know why the Fintel is like down right now. It's not loading, which is not actually a Wi-Fi problem because I have Ethernet. Also, everything else is working. So, but I did see on Discord somebody is saying that there's a huge jump in short share of in the short share availability. Huge jump in the last few hours here today. So that would indicate that some shorts actually covered. Fintel or not, that's what Fintel's saying. Ortex is saying the complete opposite thing. So it's very interesting. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on today, but right now, so far, it's very, very weird today. Again, but also we have Nano mentioned skyrocketing, AMC skyrocketing, pre-market, Microvision doing well. And right when we started the stream here, I've started to notice this pattern kind of. Right when we start streaming, BNGO goes down. and we were just at 625, now we're at 620. But at the end of the day, remember guys, the stock is not the company, and that's what you got to focus on in days like these. We're streaming these, we're streaming it, but you have to keep this in the back of your mind at all times. All right. Any news today? There's that I'm seeing. There's not much news today. People were going on yesterday. For some reason, I'm still confused about it. People were going on about Stockton making some new Harvard study. I guess, send me the link if you found it. I looked at Stockton's videos. I couldn't find shit about a new Harvard study. All I found he was talking about was the CGC, which was this, the Cancer Genomics Consortium we were at. So there's no news. There's no news today that I'm seeing. No news. So feel free to get out of here. Feel free to get out of here if you want, right? 6:23 right now. We got 4 minutes of the pre-market. Then stop streaming. I actually kind of want to decrease the stream quantity when there's not much news. That's what I kind of want to do, but I don't know. I got the gist of I need to be here every day for like an hour, market open and market close. I mean, it's the market open. We might as well stream for an hour here, right? I don't know. You might as well. So that's what I'm thinking. You rookie numbers. That's too funny. That's too funny, my friend. Good morning, Chicago. NNDM to the moon. Yeah, NNDM is doing well again. Is there a reason for this? There's probably not. Is it time to buy? Oh, replaces the name following the latest acquisition by Nano Dimension. No, there wasn't anything crazy going on with them. Weird. Very weird. Microvision just skyrocketed right there. We'll see what we're going to do today, but it's another green day for high growth. And here's an interesting thing, right? Here's something good. That not really good. It's good for me. Well, it's going to depend, obviously, what the numbers are, but core CPI is tomorrow. This is something that UVXY usually benefits from, and the markets usually don't. We'll see. But this is, the core CPI, it is what it is. If you think inflation is going to be coming, this is kind of tomorrow's one day where you might want to take advantage of that. We'll see what happens with the markets, though. Right now, everything's green pre-market, including the broader markets. Yeah, the fear is way down, and the markets are up slightly in the pre-market here. So we'll see what's going to happen, but usually in a day before CPI, usually the markets don't like it. Usually the markets react very negatively, but we'll see what happens. BNGO is literally flipping between not doing nothing and going up like 1% pre-market. Are we rich yet? That's the question of the century, isn't it? That's the question we all want to know the answer to. Depends on where you bought, though, at the end of the day. Hey, can you do a tutorial on how to short BNGO, please? Be an idiot. That's how you short it. Yeah. Good morning from Cancun. What's up? Good morning, my friends. Good morning from Philly. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Philly. Good morning, Cancun. If that's how you pronounce it. Good morning from the Mitten State. Oh, man. Mississippi. Good morning from Gettysburg. If you're Mark, then you're rich. Yeah, you're rich, Lil. Yeah, I know. Yep. If you're Mark, you're rich. Yep, that's how it is. Hey, at least we got some whales on our side, though, right? I mean, hell yeah, we'll take it. We will take it, man. 621. Half a percent pre-market. We'll see what we open up today. Before the bell opens up, before the bell rings, what's the predictions for today? I'm predicting we hold the 21-day SMA. If it's gonna be carnage, I think we're gonna hold the 21-day SMA. And I honestly don't really think the markets are gonna do well today. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. UVXY, the markets. I hate to say this. I feel like I'm betraying you guys by saying this, but the markets, I hate the market situation right now. I absolutely fucking hate it. I'm predicting barcodes. Well, you can do that that's every day, right? We barcode every day. Any impacting news for today? I lost my contact yesterday when I was playing The Witcher 3. I play The Witcher too much now. I stopped. Oh god. Yeah, I lost the contact. I'm gonna be squinting more than usual. I'm predicting a guitar solo. That's a good prediction. You think the price will fall below 6 soon, trying to increase my position? No. The only way we fall below 6, in my opinion, is if the markets are gonna start tanking, which, in my opinion, is something that could definitely happen. Right? In my opinion, that's actually likely to happen. However, high growth is a little undervalued, and you have to understand we are undervalued as hell right now. So if you want to wait to add or add now, it all comes down to this: is it a risk you're willing to take, where this is the bottom, or where this is, tomorrow's the big news, or tomorrow's the big correction? I don't know. That's up to you. For me, it's simple: get as many shares, and this strategy will work for most people. Get a lot of shares on the way down, man. And when we're going down, that's when you get your shares. And then you hold. You hold until the sapphire shows us that it really is what we think it is, and that it is going to take over a huge part of the market. 623 right now. Almost up 1%. Nano Dimension opened up very nicely. Very, very nicely. 658 for Nano Dimension. And we were actually valued higher than Nano Dimension the other day. We were valued just for a few brief days, and I don't even know if it was for the whole day, but there was a couple days where we were higher than Nano Dimension. Now that trend has stopped, unfortunately. Damn, you got me thinking about grabbing some UVXY shares. Well, hey, make your own decision. Holy crap, we're back down to 620 now. Wow. This is insane price action today. This is very weird. I'm assuming there's no volume like usual. Yeah, there's zero. There's zero volume. I mean, there is no volume. Hey man, you got to make your own decision when it comes to UVXY. Are you bearish on the markets or not? What you have to do is you have to look at the broader market, look how much we've come as the broader market valuation, look how much we've gone up, and think, are the companies that are dictating the markets and the government's policies, are these two things justifying the value of the markets? Also, look at how long it's been since a correction to the 200-day SMA. And so, it's pretty clear that everybody knows. I mean, everybody that looks at it is like, well, hey, corrections and crashes are always like pretty damn possible when you're at all-time highs for the markets, especially when you've been continuing making new all-time highs for years, literally. So I'm actually writing an article about options as a guy. You should learn more about options, Brandon. They're an amazing tool. Yeah, I absolutely should. I definitely should, man. I intend to. I know the basics of calls. That's all I do, though. That's all I do. Calls is all I do. This is like torture from Guantanamo Bay. If I do and it goes bad, that's on me. Noticing a trend, NNDM and BNGO follow each other in the markets. Yeah, they certainly do. We've noticed that this trend has been going on for... Oh boy, this trend has been going on for the entire year. Yeah. Nano Dimension and BNGO, they always follow each other. And speaking of Nano Dimension, holy crap. This thing's up 6% now. Why? I'm happy. I'm hoping that we follow suit and high growth follows suit. But what the hell is going on here? Why is BIOL not following this at all? We're at 621, barely green on the day. What? How? This does not make any sense. This does not make any sense at all. The Nano Dimension is now at 671, up almost 6%. Also, do you guys see AMC? Are there any AMC people in here? Man, this thing was up 11% pre-market after earnings was yesterday, was it not? I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah, so I'm assuming it was a good earnings call. Good financials there, or something good. Something to get the apes excited again, right? 623. If anyone's just getting in here right now, we don't have any crucial updates today. I have zero contests. I lost one of them. I don't have any contests in right now. I can barely see. I can see fairly well, but that's the most exciting news today. We literally don't have any news. I can't even check the filings because my computer it's not loading. Let's see if it loads now. And we have core CPI data tomorrow. With the short interest is very weird. The short share availability is very weird, according to somebody's screenshot on the Discord. I can't verify that because it's not loading. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, this is a stream that, I mean, besides if the price is going to go way up or way down today, that's pretty much what the streams today is going to be, unless we obviously get some news dropping. That's what it's going to be. So please feel free to get out of here. Please feel free to get out of here. That's your disclaimer. Today is not going to probably be as exciting as usual. Probably, right? Who knows what it's going to, and who knows what the future is going to hold. But yeah, and Nano Dimension's up 7% now. Holy shite. 678. Wow. We fall together. We rise together. That's damn sure. Yeah, that's the truth. If we go down, we suffer together. If we go up, we make fun of the bears together. Well, we do that either way, don't we? As far as I like BNGO being squeezed up, MVST is being squeezed at the time being. Microvast, anyone? I'm not too familiar with them, my friend. Not too familiar with them. I got a comment yesterday. Speaking of music, somebody just said music. Somebody said yesterday the music sucks, and that went to the soul. Do you guys think the riffs? Do you guys like the riffs? Do you think they should stay, or do you think it's easier to pay attention to the words if I would turn the music down or just put it out, just remove it? What do you think? Is there any NNDM news? Wow, I think there is. I mean, this could just be an institution, obviously, or some insider, dropping a ton of money on this. But I mean, look at the volume here. This is ARK using everything they have or something. 1 million shares traded already being bought here. I mean, that's crazy. You're up 7% right now. This is absolutely insanity, man. There's a high chance of this being news. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be, but it's just the likelihood of the 5-minute candle being 1 million shares when Nano Dimension never gets that without news. I don't see it happening, but anything, 621. The music is trademark auspicious. The riffs must stay for the fellowship. I say so. I love them. Yeah. Kathy bought millions again of NNDM. Checked on Fintel. No NNDM news. Junior whale in the house. 99,000 shares. Yeah, me too. Well, I'm like a junior whale. I'm like the most junior you can get when it comes to being a whale, because I only have 2,000 shares. But we're getting that up to 10,000 end of year. Hopefully, that's the goal. That's the goal, man. I'll get more than 10,000 shares. The channel does well. I'm telling you, all the profits of the channel, all the money that I make right now, it's like I'm making about like a little bit under 1,000 a month for the YouTube channel. I'll show you how much I'm making if you guys want, if that's like transparency. I already did that once. No one seems to give a shit about that, but anyways, all that money, almost all of that is going right into BNGO. That's how I was able to buy the 500 more shares on the way down in the last few weeks. Or actually, it's more like I think it's more like 800. I don't know. It might be more like 600 or 700 shares that I bought. Anyways, we just tested the intraday high here, or the pre-market high, I guess. 626, up over 1% now. And let's see what the broader markets are doing. Dude, look at this. UVXY is getting real cheap now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy more of this. I'm gonna have to buy more of this on stream. Yep, here we go. Please do not copy me. This could go horribly wrong. Do not copy me. All right, do not copy me at all. But I'm telling you guys, I'm bearish on the markets. When the UVXY goes down, yes, there's time decay, but even right now, tomorrow, short term, even for me, there is literally core CPI data coming out tomorrow, and you're oversold in the 5-minute RSI. I like what I'm seeing here. I think the markets are going to go down. I'm going to be honest. I could be totally off. Totally fucking off. But that's what I'm thinking right now. $626. $627. Intraday high is broke. Finally. Nano Dimension is continuing to break the intraday high. They're up damn near 10%. We're struggling to hold above 625. This is embarrassing at this point. I mean, I feel good for Nano Dimension. I'm glad that it's a green day. I'm very glad it's a green day, right? BNGO's up 1%. You can't complain. But you also can't help but get frustrated when Nano Dimension is valued at hundreds of millions of dollars higher than BNGO in market cap. That is what gets on my nerves right there. Because even the only thing that Nano Dimension has that's tangibly better, that's like a tangible advantage over BNGO as a company, is they have a ton of cash. other than that, we have everything. We have a better product. We have more proof of concept. We have better sales, better revenue. But like, it's how, okay, yeah, Nano Dimension has a weird thing going on with revenue. Yeah, sure. Still, we have better fucking revenue, better future plans and innovation. And I don't know, is there any, do you guys think there's anything that Nano Dimension has in better value? Does Nano Dimension have any advantage in it over BioNano besides cash? You tell me. I don't know everything about Nano Dimension. I know a little bit, but you tell me. You tell me, man. Do you get paid for these live streams? There are no commercials, so I would be puzzled if you got paid. Well, the monetization is on for the streams. I think I make like, I don't know, $10 to $20 for like a couple hours live stream, I think. So yeah. I'm always thinking about getting paid. What am I getting paid an hour under minimum wage? But I really do enjoy this. Hey, I'm in college. I don't need to be getting paid minimum wage. I'm doing I really enjoy these live streams, man. I'm not complaining. I absolutely love what we're doing here. I'm very thankful for what we get. Very thankful for what we get. With 1,500 shares, I'm a minnow. Well, you're about the same as me, my friend. Don't feel bad. You're not alone. You're not alone, my friend. I mean, hey, to be honest, all of our shares look like a speck compared to what Mark has. The man's got 1 million shares. Jeez. Cash is king. It's needed for their lengthy runway to take off. It doesn't matter about your cash. If present value, cash is great. Cash is amazing. If you're not doing anything with the cash, what the hell? All it is safety. All it is future stuff. They need to show Nano Dimension. I'm surprised people don't look at Nano Dimension and ask themselves, why are they waiting to use this cash? Why does that not negatively affect Nano Dimension? And then BNGO, it's like COI expenses are high, and it's like, wait, they're not telling us what they're doing. It's like it's almost a double standard, if you will. And I'm not super informed on Nano Dimension. I know a fair amount, but it's frustrating. It's certainly frustrating. 627. Yeah, they are the only company who truly prints 3D circuits, Brandon. They have partnerships and board members from top defense contractors. NNDM is better than you think. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know most of that. But they make no money. They make nothing, and they're higher than us. And we have a better market, to my understanding. Our total addressable market is higher, right? To my understanding, you tell me what Nano Dimension's total addressable market is. You tell me. But man, I mean, what were these guys valued at? Were these guys about the same as BNGO? Okay, literally they were the exact same as BNGO at a point, 50 cents, and now they're at the same as BNGO. Wow. And look at the price; they're almost identical on the daily charts. Look at it. Oh, I mean, they're okay. You know what? Let me just go ahead and delete. Can I just clear all of them? How do you clear all? Yeah, here you go. Gosh dang. Okay, that's so much cleaner. I can think now. The charts are almost identical at that, man. Oh my gosh. And they're completely different. And they're completely different in what they do. One is genetics. The other one is 3D printing. It's like, what? Watch Mr. Invest a lot on NNDM. Yeah, I know he's bullish on NNDM. Yeah, other companies are starting to 3D print rockets as well. I've heard of a lot of companies getting involved in the 3D printing space. I'd be surprised if Nano Dimension doesn't have some serious competition there. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't know. You said they're the only company who truly prints 3D circuits. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I do like the innovation in the 3D printing space long term. I think there's a lot of things that we can make more convenient by means of 3D printing. Look at this. Are you kidding me? This is great. As I'm saying how bad Nano Dimension is compared to BNGO, it's continuing to skyrocket. And of course, it is ironic, but at the end of the day, you have to remember. The only time will tell if I'm right. Only time will tell. With BNGO and the market crash and correction that I'm saying, not really with that, but with BNGO, only time is going to tell, man. Because theoretically, we could go way down before the next earnings report, and then the earnings report comes in and it's like, oh, Brandon was right. They're still making a ton of sales. They're still getting revenue beats, and then we go right back up again. Because the company is going to determine the value long term. You can say that the future revenue is priced in, but the fact is, if we continue to get revenue beats, we're going to be profitable, and slowly we're going to have an even price to earnings ratio. And we're actually lower. Our price to earnings ratio, our price to sales ratio is actually lower right now than what Illumina's was in 2001. Okay? And that is a fact to my understanding. So, and that's a reliable source. So think about that. Think about that compared to what Illumina is now. They're currently 3D printing body organs in space. What NNDM like Tesla is years ahead of any competition. Don't forget to get some crypto. That's the real rocket to the moon, right? Everybody loves crypto now, dude. Oh, the crypto phase, the phases that we go in crypto. It's very, it's very clear. Everybody loves it when it's up. Everybody hates it when it's down. It's like BNGO, man. It's like every time that if we're in the 5s or 6s. No one likes it. No, only the people who really have stuck with it and actually have done a lot of research on it actually stick with it. If you don't know the actual company, you haven't done a lot of hours of research on this, you hate it if it's down and you love it when it's up. That's how Bitcoin is. Everybody loves Bitcoin now. Everybody thinks it's bad. It's the future now. And a month ago when it was when it was breaking 30K, when everyone thought it was going to break 30K, including trades. Almost everybody thought it was going to break 30K. It still certainly could, right? It still could be a head and shoulders, but so far they've been dead wrong. We'll see if they're right, though. Are we supposed to like good companies, stop price being down low? Well, I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to not get paranoid, and you're supposed to not panic sell if the stop price starts going down when the company is doing nothing or doing good things. In BIOL's example, that's what you're supposed to do, or at least that's what good investors are supposed to do. And as I'm talking, the irony could not be better timed. Literally, we are now almost red. We hit 618 there because Nano Dimension got killed, Microvision got killed here, and it looks like all of high growth just went down. Yep. Look at this. This is so weird. I said this yesterday so many times, but look at this. This is a very peculiar day. Nano Dimension skyrocketing, Microvision's down, and we're even. It's like, what the hell? What the hell is going on today? No volume in anything except Nano Dimension, obviously. And the markets are even, essentially. Right? The Russell is down a little bit, Nasdaq's up a little bit. It's mostly even. Pretty close to even there. We're in bullish territory now. We are still in bullish territory. We're above the 21 SMA, and we're getting daily. We've got 3 daily closes above the 21-day SMA. We're still in bullish territory right now, man. So, if you want to sell now because you're red, again, I hate saying this. I got to say it, though. If you can't stand the red, just get the hell out. Just get the hell out of here. No panic sell. BNGO's on the buy territory, just like Apple 4-to-1 split. Trust the process. Dude, I mean, if you're going to sell the company when we've got a great earnings report that is objectively good, and this is, I mean, I'm going to be freaking ranting about this every freaking day probably. The earnings report was good. It was a good freaking report, and we should have gone up a couple percentage because of it. At least a couple percent, right? I would say 5% is probably a fair reaction after what we got in the report. We didn't do that. We actually went down 2%. So you have to keep in the back of your mind that earnings. You have to make your own opinion on what you think about earnings, obviously. But I think most everybody with a brain and that's been researching the company is gonna look at the report and say, what the heck? Is gonna say this is a good report and this is something that should send the price higher. Right? I mean, it's very clear. It's very clear. I mean, there's nothing objectively bad about this. You've got a revenue beat. You've got business expansion. You've got new things happening. COI lab, LDTs being built, largest diagnostic institution. You've got $17 million in debt being paid. And then people are like, well, it's an EPS miss, Brandon. Well, I'll tell you why. Dude, we hired 37 people on this quarter. 37. Our gross margins increased, by the way. Also, we paid $1.5 million for the incentivizing stock options. Also, we paid $17 million down in debt, according to Investor Place, which I actually don't know how that lines up with the 10Q. I didn't actually find that, but I didn't look through it that thoroughly. So we paid off debt. We hired employees. We're doing a lot of good. We're building We're starting to build our own LDTs. The COI lab is underway. What more do you want? We already got a 226% year-over-year growth. What more do you want, man? Stop price goes down after that. It's like, dude, holy shit, the investors who are determining the stop price. I mean, if it's manipulation, that's a whole nother deal. But if they're not, these people are just, I mean, what are they want like a 500% revenue beat. If they don't want that, if we don't get that, then we're going down to zero. It just doesn't make sense. So the whole point of that whole spiel is that the company is getting better and no one gives a rat's ass, man. No one is paying attention to the details. Like, there's no meticulous analysis going on here. And let me know, you guys tell me right now, please, what do the other YouTubers say about earnings? Do they say they are disappointed on it? Do they say it wasn't what they wanted? They gotta contemplate whether this is something they want to continue to hold? Because if that's the case, my respect goes down for them. Unless I'm just overlooking something that you can enlighten me on, or they can, right? Because if you want to make the expenses argument, it's not a coherent thing. We've already done that. We've already talked about why the expenses were not that bad, relatively speaking, when you consider everything they're doing, actually, right? Because they're hiring 37 employees. 37 employees. You got the freaking incentivizing options. You got $17 million in debt being paid off. Did you see the 50K shares bought 721 this morning? No, I didn't. But I would be careful. With the time in sales, I'm sure you guys realize you got to be careful when you're bullish on this happening, because also understand there's no volume. There's zero volume. Also, it's not a good indication for where we're going to go, whether it's being bought or sold here, right? Do you guys remember back in the 9-12 when we were at $7 and $8 and $9? There would be, there's so many buy side imbalances, and it's because you can debate why it is, but there's dart pools. There's 50% of the volume is on dart pools. You got shorts going on. You got half the freaking data is not even be reported here. So it's hard to say. We don't watch other YouTubers. Come on, somebody's got to watch. I know many of you do. There's nothing wrong with it. That's totally cool. 616 just broke the intraday low. Damn, man. Everything's getting dragged down right now. That's sad. I thought it was going to be a really green day too when I saw Nano mention skyrocketing as well. Because I didn't think I was going to be exclusive to them. Like, why? It doesn't make sense. But, hey, sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes one stock skyrockets for no reason. Sometimes the markets are super irrational, man. Usually they're pretty irrational. Usually they're not this irrational. 617. Markets are, the Russell is still going down. That's what I assume. The Russell is going down slightly, and that seems to be the cause of this. Astra's up 8% again. Anyone holding Astra, that's the dead inside one. This is the dead inside stock right here. Dang. Yeah, it has done well. I don't know when he first started talking about this, but it has done well recently at least. But dead inside isn't really a short-term guy, is he? He's a look at the company, read a couple articles, see what's going on long-term. Remember, focuses on the company, not the stock price. Try to own more shares for future opportunities, profit. Yes, exactly. When we're going down, when you have a company that you believe in, and it's just the same old spiel. This is why I don't want to. This is why I feel like we should decrease the stream quantity, right? Because I'm just saying the same old stuff, which is it's very simple. When the company's going down, when you believe in it so much, with a high conviction play such as BNGO for me, getting more shares on the way down is the way to go. That's how you make more money in the long run. Right, just look at Warren Buffett, for example. Did he sell his shares when he was down 20% or 50% on a company he believed in? No, those are the plays that he makes money on, and those are the things that made him a millionaire in the first place, man. That's how you make money. That's how you make money in the stock. That's one of the best ways. That's probably, in my opinion, the best way to make it, right? Everyone has a different philosophy. But long term, picking companies that are going to outperform the market, getting a huge percent of your portfolio. In my case, literally all of it, right? Which is awesome. That's how you beat the market. That's how you make crazy returns in the stock market, man. And it's not a month game. It's not a month game. You don't know how long it's going to be, and that's the risk. You don't know how long it's going to be, and you don't even know if it's going to happen in the first place. But if the sapphire is as good as our research has led us to believe and led me to believe, then there's essentially there's a very, I don't want to say 100% chance, right? Because nothing is 100% chance, but there's an extremely high chance that the sapphires are only going to be accepted in the medical community, in the mainstream medical community, and there's going to be thousands of sapphires installed. Once that happens, and as that is happening, there's only one way for the stock to go, and that's up 1,000% to 2,000% in less than 10 years. I'm serious. That's what we're looking at. So that's why it's so trivial to get worried when we're going from 628 to 615 and be like, Brandon, I'm losing hope. I used to want to reply to the people who say I lost hope, Brandon, or I'm losing hope. I think I'm going to sell. I think if you're asking that question, I think you'll never know. If you have to ask that question, you'll never know. But that's a freaking quote from freaking Harry Potter, isn't it? The freaking Ravenclaw person, Deathly Hallows Part 2. Am I right about that? If you have to ask, you'll never know. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of how it is. If you're losing hope now, if you're losing hope and we're going down here, you should be looking at it as a buying opportunity. And yes, you should have your hedges against the market. Yes, you should have your buying power. You should have your capital on the side, right? You should have this stuff already in place. That's no doubt. But when we're going down, you shouldn't you shouldn't be freaking out because of, number one, you've done your research and you have a plan. Number two, because of that buying power. What if we throw out some other stocks for you to comment on? Yes, I should. Yeah, that's what we should do. God, that's what we should do. I'm gonna start doing that. We're gonna start doing other stocks. What's that here? Tell you what. So I don't. I've been saying this for so long, and you guys probably tired of me hearing it because I never do it. Let's just start it right now. Right now, let's start a poll. What stocks? I'm gonna start. We are going to start covering more stocks along with BNGO. We will. Which ones do you want the most? Okay, here we go. All right, well, one of them, obviously, I think there's the most nano dimension holders here, so we're going to have to probably start covering that. MVIS. What's the other ones that are obvious? What does everybody hold? I mean, this is the stocks that you guys want me to cover. What do you think? Whether it doesn't matter why you're most interested, you got shares, whatever it is. Which stocks you want me to cover? Orbital Energy Group, OEG. You know what? I'm going to look at that for old time's sake. I actually made a day trade off this back in the day and made 50%, believe it or not. day trade on this. Oh, man. Yeah, this thing has done very well. Yeah, I traded this way back. Way back here. Did these guys do a reverse split? I think these guys did a reverse split. Actually, wait. Well, actually, no, maybe not. Maybe not, because they used to be... Yeah, they used to be about 40 cents, I think. Anyways. Let me see here. 622, by the way. AABB, NNDM, because you have a lot to learn, and I guarantee you, after you learn, you will buy it while it's low. Do you think AHPI is at its max today? I don't know that. I don't know it. Mark sold half his shares. Only apes are buying this. My friend Kathy didn't buy anything and won't buy it, looks like. My friend Mark has not sold half his shares. You're insane. You're trying to spread foot. You're getting desperate now, spreading blatant lies. Yes, Mark is still holding. Yes. Yeah, Mark is still holding. Yeah, last we talked about his position in BNGO, which was probably less than 7 days ago. Yeah, he's holding. He's holding all his shares. Absolutely. Yeah, man. All right, let's see. What else? Jivo. I think a lot of people like Jivo. Yeah. Naked and Sundial. Sundial is an interesting one. I like the whole the cannabis sector. I'm interested in that. I think the cannabis sector is going to do fucking well, man. And those stocks have gotten killed, haven't they? Sundial and all these other ones. Do I have Sundial on this watch list? Let me go right here. Yeah, these guys are still doing bad. these guys are still getting killed. Where's what do you call it? TLRY. Yeah, this thing. Oh my god, this thing's gotten killed. Man, I remember people saying this. Oh my gosh, everybody was so bullish on this when it was at highs. It's the quintessential thing, man. When a stock is up, everybody loves it. When it's down, everybody wants to kill it. Neo. Sundial is great for learning options. You won't make much money, but you shouldn't lose it either. Everyone is overloading Brandon. He would take another break. No, dude. I just needed a quick break. I'm back for good. Come on, I've only taken one break and I didn't even take. I think the only time I don't upload a video is Saturday, and other than that, I've made one video a day at least for like 5 months straight, or actually like 6 months straight, which is crazy to think about. Let me go up here. We're gonna make all right. NNDM, Microvision. Why is there no Microvision in here? Usually Microvision, there's a decent fan base for that, or decent demands for that. Let me put Jivo in there as well. And let me put weed stocks, Sundial, TLRY, and other. All right, and then the last one I'm gonna do nuclear. You know what? I'm gonna do nuclear energy as well. And I still need to do the whole solar versus nuclear debate. I still need to go research that stuff. I still haven't done that very much. I still need to do that. We will have a good announcement within the end of the week for BNGO Just Watch. I'm surprised they haven't tweeted at all, man. This is what's crazy to me is that only Richard Shippey has made a tweet in the last, I mean, that's 4 days ago, right? If we look at Nano, they haven't tweeted since earnings. Since before earnings, technically, right? The day of earnings. And actually, no, this was after earnings. Yeah, this was 4:46. Yeah, anyways, yeah, the day of earnings was the last time they tweeted. So I don't know what the hell is going on with Nano's marketing team, man. I don't know what's going on. But something's going on. They're not posting. They're not posting at all. I don't know. Energy fuels uranium. Do I have that added on the nuclear? I think I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, uranium. Dude, I want the freaking thorium reactors. That's what I want. I want the uranium. To my understanding, uranium, there's dissenting sources, but thorium is way better than uranium, and it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. There are a couple risks, but there's none actually there's no reactors actually using thorium, but once they do, it's way better in every way. It's like sapphire compared to karyotyping. It's better in every way, man. Remember Brandon behind the scenes. I know. I think there's good things happening behind the scenes. There's good things. Smoke weed every day. Nice, John. All right, I don't know. I'm just going to put, you know what, for now, I'm just going to put, sorry, I just had to enter the matrix. Sorry, I like to enter the matrix sometimes. I'm just going to put, I need to watch that again. Those movies were freaking kick-ass, weren't they? I like those movies. Anyways, I'm going to put other comment below. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. Boom. All right, here, I'll send you the link in the chat. Go let me know, man. Which stocks do you want us to cover which stocks do you want us also to cover besides BNGO? Whoa! Did you guys see that? Up at 622, now it's 617. We're just moving with high growth again today. This is what's boring about the streams. We're just moving with high growth. This is why we're doing other stocks as well. Starting now. Starting this week. Starting this week, we're going to be covering news, and I'll start doing research. I don't know what we're gonna do first. I'll probably end up knowing myself. I'll probably do nuclear energy first, because to be honest with you, most of these other companies I don't really care too much about. Nuclear is what I'm more interested in. CRSP, BNGO will do the reading, and CRSP will do the editing. Yeah, sure. Maybe we should do some more genetic stocks. Yeah, PatBio, CRSP. I don't even have a lot of them in here. Illumina, right? God, Illumina's in the 500s again. Jeez. Oh man. Look at this. Wouldn't it be nice? Dude, just think about this for a second. Just think about this. What if Nano was in this stage right here? What if Nano, and this is not that bad of a comparison, right? Obviously, they don't do optogenome mapping, but they're in the genetic space, and they started out at a high price earnings ratio. What if our stock right now is like right here? Like right here. And we're literally just on a trajectory to go exponentially higher. What if that is really what if that is what we have in store for the next 20 years? And that's a 20-year time span, right? 2001 to 2021. That's 20 years. And you go up, oh my gosh, how much is that? That's over 5,000. I mean, is that over 10,000%? I don't know. I can't do that math, but from 85 cents, I think that might be over 10,000%. That's definitely over 5,000%. Anyways, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Just think about that for a second. Think about how trite it is to worry about us going down to $6 or going down 5% today, when if the Sapphire is going to be successful, that is what we have in store. Think about that. I have 6,000 BNGO and 578 of Watt. Check that one out. Wireless charging. SPCE, always good price action. New Chinese tutoring company that will gear up immensely with COVID winding down schools. Check out IBIO. Waiting on a couple stocks to pop and provide an out. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the gist of NNDM is the one you want me to start covering as well. And we're gonna be continuing to do exactly what we do with BNGO, right? We're gonna be continuing to do one video a day recapping the news and everything, and we'll still continue the streams, but we'll also start doing these. Let's refresh this, see what we got off the top. Let's see if there's anything. Wow, okay, Microvision is number one so far. Only 11 votes, though. That's going to change, I'm sure. I'm sure that's going to change. The ticker is new for that company. What happened with all the growth stocks, the sudden drop? Well, I don't know. I don't think it was any news. We don't have anything crazy in the economic calendar today, but what we do have tomorrow, this is the only crazy thing that I'm seeing, is core CPI. This is tomorrow. This is Wednesday. This is 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So this is going to happen. This is before the markets open. Yeah, Central Time is one. Well, wait, no. Central Time is 1 hour before. Yeah, okay, so that's happening 1 hour before the market opens, to my understanding. I always confuse the Eastern Time to Central Time. I have it, and then I won't think about it for a couple weeks, and then I'll forget it. Who's ready to hold over 20 years? Let's go. I'm ready. I'm here. Hey, for someone like me, I don't know about 20 years without selling any shares, but 5 to 10 years without selling any shares, or at least two, it depends on when. There's contingencies, but I'm probably gonna. I mean, I'm holding for years easily. I'm ready to do that. And you have to ask yourself, with this investment, with a company like BNGO, with a stock like this, with something where you just don't know when the institutions and these clinics and universities are going to start buying the sapphire in bulk, and when these diagnostic institutions, when are they going to start buying sapphire? When are the reimbursements going to happen, and when are they going to start using it? You just don't know. All you know is that BNGO has the best product, and there's no reason for it not to get a ton of sales. So get in, get as many shares as you can on the way down. That's as simple as it gets. You're talking about 10,000 sapphires being installed in 2030, right? I'd say that's a realistic prediction. $1 billion in profit. We would be up. I think we would be up, based on this, we would be up over 2,000%, at least 1,000% for sure. Stock price would be close to $100, if not higher than that. 615 right now. Oh God, I hate CPI days. I know. Me too. They are, and that's why I said today at the start, I wouldn't be surprised if the market. I said usually before the CPI, usually the day before CPI, the markets do not. The markets price that in negatively, and the markets go down, and high growth does as well. And today, we're seeing, by and large, high growth is mostly going down. You got some companies like Astra and Nano Dimension doing well for some reason today, and AMC had the earnings. But besides that, by and large, most everything is down. And look at SENS. Holy crap, 7% in the red today. That's rough. But they're still doing really well. They're still at $3 a share. Still doing well compared to what they were doing, right? Brandon, did you see the Harvard study? No, my friend. I looked at Stockton's page, and all I found was CGC. Was Cancer Genomics Consortium stuff. He said nothing about a Harvard study that I saw. So I don't know what you're talking about, but if there was a Harvard study that recently came out, I don't know how our entire Discord and Brennan, no one knows about that, but Stockton does. I don't know if that's real. You tell me, you give me the link, you give me a timestamp, and I'll check it out. But I didn't see it. I don't think there is one. I mean, there could be, but I didn't see it. The only thing that would make your breakdown better would be Jiminy Cricket singing "When You Wish Upon a Star" in the background. CTRM. You know what? Let's look at CTRM for old time's sake. Let's see what this is at. I haven't even looked at this forever. Okay, wow, $2. Wait, these guys did a reverse split, didn't they? Yeah, yeah, they definitely did a reverse split. Holy crap, this thing is still going down. Wow. Please, no, I can't take the pain of looking at CTRM. Oh, man. Freaking Keenan Grace and some other big YouTubers were bullish on this one a while ago, before it went down like 50% from then. CTRM ship is sinking at the moment. Is that an unintended pun right there? Because CTRM, don't they do like transports over the ocean with ships? They do cargo shipments and stuff like that. They had good news recently. Look at earnings. 613, my friends, down almost 1%. Guys, I say we end the stream here pretty soon because there's no news. There's no news here. There's no news, and the price action is boring as hell. I say we end it here pretty soon. ASXC. That one used to be TRXC or TS. What was it? TRXC, something like that. TR something. I'm thinking BNGO is setting up a lot like ISRG, who has the Da Vinci surgery robot, a unique, indispensable technology with a niche with a razor and razor blade business model. Yeah, Yeah, or an ink and cartridge. Yes, that's the kind of business, the reoccurring, the business model that makes it where you have to make. It's not necessarily the best for the consumer, but it's still, it's great for the business, which is what we want, right? Screw the damn consumer. We want to make money. No, okay. No, that's not exactly what we want, but we want to make money at the end of the day. And that business model where you have to continue paying. It's not just a one-time payment where you get BioNano services. You buy the Sapphire or rent it, and then you have to pay every time you're going to use the damn thing. Essentially, it saves you more money than any other method in the world. It's still more convenient, more accuracy, but you're still paying us a ton, and that's the beauty of the business model. That's one of the reasons why it's so safe to hold this for years, in my opinion. Yeah, Nano mentions highest now. Yep, as we expected. 615. Also, like Lucid, I'm not an electric vehicle guy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not an electric vehicle guy at all. You guys know this. My OGs know that Tesla, Hyliion. Oh, that's a freaking electric truck company. These guys are not my. They're not my type of stocks. Not my sector that I like. Long term, I don't like them. So Rich Shippey tweeted about the Harvard study. All right, cool. Let me look at that because he hasn't tweeted anything recently. So this must be super old news because his last tweet was August 6th. This was CGC. I'm not seeing anything about Harvard in here. Oh, here you go. Okay, Harvard Med right here, August 6th. And colleagues from Harvard, aggressive case of B-cell leukemia, lymphoma, Bollinger Bands, OGM alone would have detected the complex case that required 3 techniques, karyotyping, FISH, microarray. That's a great data right there. We would have done the exact same thing that required the 3 techniques. Do you know how much more money you would have saved if you would have used Sapphire? These people are crazy for not switching to Sapphire for reasons like this. But yeah, that's August 6th, my friend. But yeah, I like it. But this is just a presentation of the CDC. We've already known about this, but yeah, it's cool. I like to see that Harvard is, they presented, and doctors from and colleagues quote from Harvard Medical School is they are using it. And look at all that. Look at that freaking following right there, man. Getting that exposure, getting the salesman, getting the sales pitching and the marketing in. That's what we want. Dude, how good would it be if BioNano actually started doing some serious marketing? They've hired some people that apparently are going to do marketing, but like they don't. The Twitter is like all they do. Other than, and I know marketing for such a hyper-specific cytogenetics greater than 500 base pair, that's really hard to do, right? It's like, what are you going to direct your ad towards? The medical community? That's not hyper-specific enough. You need an extremely advanced marketing. It's very hard to do that as far as like online. Most companies can just run ads, right? Facebook ads, YouTube ads. You just run ads like that. We can't because you're not going to be. There's not specifications that will fit and narrow down our clientele enough. It's not possible. But still, you'd still like to see if they could come up with some sort of marketing idea, right? Some sort of marketing strategy besides just the papers and publications. Maybe like some. I don't know what it would be, but you'd think being on the business this long, that would be great. And they've got the money for it. They're doing the COI lab. They're building the LDTs. They're doing a ton of things. I like what they're doing. But another great thing they could do is marketing, right? By whatever means they could do, by whatever the best means it would be. Is it even legal to advertise a stock looking for investors? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about marketing the Sapphire, my friend. I'm talking about BioNano marketing the product that they're offering. So I don't know if you're talking about me or this BioNano, but yeah, let's be clear there. I don't mean them talking about advertising the stock. I mean them trying to sell the Sapphire, trying to get more sales there. I just like that Harvard was involved. Lizzo. Yeah, yeah, it is good. Obviously, it is good. But yeah, we know the most prestigious institutions in the world have used the Sapphire already, and they are continuing to. Yes. And this is why it's so hard to argue that Sapphire isn't going to get a ton of sales because we've already been used and it's already been confirmed by amazing places. Very prestigious institutions that the Sapphire does even more than what they have claimed it does. So, ZEV up 85%. Top gainers, man. The day will come where we will see BNGO in the top gainers. I don't know when. In my opinion, I think it's coming, though. I mean, actually, I shouldn't even say that. I don't know if it's coming, but you guys know what I think for the future. I think this is what we're going to see. Here, let's go to the weekly here. This is what you're going to see. All right. Oh, what the? Nope, that's not. What? I didn't even know I could do that. Okay, I think this is what you're going to see. You're going to see some trading sideways, right, next quarter. Okay, no, never mind. That's 2023. Hold on. Make sure you pay attention to this, right? I just didn't. Okay, this is what you're going to see. We're going to get above $10. It's going to be an overall uptrend, and you're going to go to 20. And I can't even really do it because, by 2025, I can't actually get the chart above 18. This is the most zoomed out it goes. But we're going to be we're never going to see the 5s and 4s again after we're very close to being profitable. And after we make very significant steps towards getting the COI lab and getting the Savar 2.0 and getting a ton of sales and getting the consumable revenue exponentially increasing. What if the lineage and this just popped in my mind, right? This is kind of off topic, but what if the lineage and growth is there? What if the lineage in business? So we have a constant rate of CAG of 40%. That's pretty not well. That's it's a CAGR. It's not really it's compound. It's not constant. It's not a flat rate, right? But this is that's pretty relatively low. Imagine if that's higher. Okay, you're not going to see something like that or nano nozzle or an increase in sales for a quarter or a big revenue beat one year or whatever it is. That's all it takes for us to go to the moon that much quicker. And we're not talking, and it's my opinion that as we get more, as the years progress, if we're going to follow this trajectory of 270 in 2022, 63% CAGR for the Savers install, if we're going to follow that, the stock is going to go up. The stock will go up because the investors, by and large, that's what we want to see. And you don't just, the future, yes, some of the future growth is priced in, but when that future growth happens and when it really is kick-ass, like kind of what some people were expecting, 200%, like we just got, very close to profitability in 2-3 years. We're going to have to go up. That's my thought. And it only makes sense. It only makes sense that we're going to go up when we start making big revenue beats. It only makes sense. I found out yesterday that my bank will no longer accept my transactions from trading platforms. I have to get a new bank account to access my Webull. What? What? Your bank won't accept any transactions from your trading platforms that you have? You mean like when you try to withdraw from your investment account and deposit it into your bank account, it won't let you? Or you have to, or no, but then your last sentence says the opposite thing, makes me think the opposite thing, that you can't deposit into it because you can't access Webull. Anyways, yeah, that's weird. I've never had that problem. Never had that problem with Webull. My bank is fine with Webull. Never had any problems with that. So when are we supposed to have big revenue come in? Well, it's basically we're making 22 million. Well, this is right now. It looks like this. In order to get 22 million, we would have to get insane revenue beats for this year. But we're going to be getting probably 15 to 18 million for the year. We've already got 7 million for the first half. We're probably going to get another. We're probably going to end up about instead of 22 million, this is probably going to be 16 to 20 or 15, maybe bear case, right? It's probably going to be more like 16 to 20 million. For this year, and that is going to represent over 100% year-over-year growth. So that's huge right off the bat, and I do expect us to go up a significant amount based on that. Absolutely, I do. I mean, we would have gone up, and here's the thing: you have to remember, the reason why we didn't go up 5 days last week, right, on the quarter 2 earnings report, is because people looked at the expenses and they overreacted. If we get quarters without shit that is going to make people look at, be dumb, essentially, overreact to one thing when it's actually a good thing that we're actually using this money and paying off debt and hiring people and smartly adding and expanding the business, right? And the COI lab construction is underway. These are smart things. Once people see, I mean, imagine if we get revenue beat like we did the last quarter without those expenses, which is an anomaly. Sorry. It is an anomaly because we're not going to have to pay $17 million off in debt every quarter. We're not going to hire 37 employees every quarter. We're not going to have to pay $1.5 million for the stock options every single quarter, man. Those are one-time things, and that's why I say I don't expect the expenses to continue increasing. Right? At least not another $6 million operating expense increase. Absolutely not. So if we were to get a beat on EPS next quarter or this quarter, and a beat on revenue next quarter, you know where we're going to go, man. You know where we're going to go. 619, we're back in the green right now. And that's weird because I don't really think, it looks like high growth followed. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, high growth. Yeah, we're still moving with high growth. Brandon, check my message on Discord, please. All right, done. I will. Let's check it. Let's check it. Okay, it's almost mid-August now, which means we have less than 5 months for the end of the year. Plenty of financial experts have said that we'll reach minimum 10, but we're just nowhere near that at all. How are the financial experts coming to that conclusion when evidently it's near impossible for the stock to rise and stay high? All right, so firstly, you have to understand this is not. I hate. Oh my gosh. I absolutely hate the I hate the. Let me just say right off the bat to keep it simple and sweet, so you don't think I'm avoiding the question. I do think we're hitting $10 end of year. I do. I think we're hitting $10 in a year. And I say that because we've got another earnings report until end of year. And that is going to probably send us way higher. And also, high growth is undervalued, relatively speaking. The company has only gotten exponentially better while the stock price goes way, way down, like 70% down from all-time highs. Actually, more like 80%, I think. Anyways, yeah, I do think $10 is very likely to happen. I do think it's likely to happen. I absolutely loathe the I think this is degrading, man. This is degrading to whoever says this. It's near impossible for the stock to rise and stay high. Listen, man, you have to understand the reason why we haven't rose and the reason why we've gone from $9.12 to $6 is because of high growth. You have to understand how the stock moves. We're literally just moving. Our stock price today is not moving based on whether people like the company and they like what the earnings report that we just got. It's moving based on what these stocks do, man. And what determines that? That is freaking. You can debate that all day, right? This is high growth. This is more the market, not really the markets, but it's more closer to the markets than the companies, right? That is what moves us. At the end of the day, you have to understand. For me, I already told you this. I'll say it again though. That's a good. I'm glad you're asking this question, right? It's a good question to ask. I'm glad you're respectful as well when you ask it. It's great. It's a great question. With a company like this, where you think you're going to get a ton of mainstream adoption with your product or service, you don't know when it's exactly necessarily going to come. For me, I think $10 end of year is a fine price target. I think that's minimum. I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, man. I don't think it could. It only makes sense for it to fucking happen because we've only gone down. Our fundamental value is way higher than that. Are people going to realize that or not? Or the revenue? Are they going to care about the revenue? That's yet to be seen. They should, right? If they have brains, they fucking should. But you don't know when exactly the sappers are going to start selling an insane, not start selling, but start selling an insane amount like we expect them to, and start getting closer to the 10,000 mark or the 1,000 mark or the 1 billion in profit. But once that stuff happens, you're going to wish you held through. Let's say 2021, let's say it's going to be like you say, and we're never gonna let's say we don't hit 10 this year. Let's say here, let me go back to the Illumina example. This is an amazing example. Hey, and you have to ask yourself if this is something that you're prepared to do. You have to ask yourself if you're willing to risk years of waiting for 1,000% or 10,000%, right? You have to ask yourself if this is something you're willing to risk, man. Illumina is a great example. I think this is a perfectly possible scenario. I think it's more likely that we hit $10 in a year. That's my opinion. I could be fucking way off. I've been way off plenty of times. That's my opinion. But what I'll say is that what if Nano right now is like in this phase right now of the what if we're like right here and we're going to go down this year and then it's just going to be the Sapphire sales that continue to come and we get revenue beats and we'll get closer to profitable and then boom, we're profitable. And then this is what happens when we're profitable, man. We skyrocket. We go up 100%. Do you want to risk not having that? That's up to you. Do you believe in the company? This is where you have to actually research the company. This is why I always say, I should say this more, damn it. You got to actually spend hours of research in this, man. You got to see if you really believe in the Sapphire, because if you don't believe in the Sapphire or getting a ton of sales, you shouldn't be here. This isn't a stock where you're gonna it's not likely that we're gonna go up 100% for no reason. This is a stock that you have to hold. You have to believe in the business model, man. So yeah. Sorry, bro, I'm a newbie, but I hear you. I'm learning. Well, hey, that's a fine question. That's an absolutely fine question, man. I'm glad you asked that. It's perfectly possible that we don't hit 10 end of year. I think we will. It's perfectly possible that we don't. But I hate when people say the stock, it doesn't move. I'm losing hope. I'm not bullish long term because we're not moving. Dude, we're literally just going up and down with high growth. We're just going up. And the day will come, in my opinion, that the revenue will come and the earnings will come, or just a line in the sand will be drawn where people will say this company's outperformed all these other companies in terms of what they've actually done in terms of money, which is what matters. Money is what matters in the markets, guys. How much the companies are making at the end of the day is what people care about. That's the fundamental. That's what you care. That's the most important thing, arguably, right? I mean, that is the most important thing, no doubt. And we've done better than all these other companies, undisputedly, and we've gone down more than them. Ask yourself if it makes sense to sell now. Or, right, maybe it does. If you haven't done your research, maybe you don't believe in the Sapphire long term. Maybe you don't think we're going to get the sales. So I hit a nerve, my bad. Well, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. You're fine. This is, I understand when the stock doesn't go up. I understand tensions are high. Tensions rise. When the stock is down, tensions are high. The bears come in. The fucking Thrash comes in. Like I'm seeing Thrash in there. We're in. The bears come out and they try to do. They do what they do. They do what they do best, man. I understand it. When we've gone from 912 to 550 with only good things happen about the company, I know it's frustrating. Trust me, I get it, man. It's frustrating as hell for me as well, right? I'm not really frustrated because of my portfolio. I'm actually frustrated because of you guys, because I know a lot of people are depending on me and depending on me being right? And I don't like that because, I'm making the opinions, but you have to understand we're just moving with high growth short term, and you're investing in this because you think the company will eventually, whether that's going to be this year or next year or whatever the hell it is, or tomorrow, right, with the Nano nozzle release, whatever it is, we're going to set ourselves apart from the other stocks. And throughout the last 5 months, and throughout this entire year, we've done a great job of that. And if there was a sense of normalcy or a sense of reason, or any sort of voice of reason in the markets, we would be up a lot more than we would be up in the $7-8 range easily. And the earnings should have sent us there, at least should have sent us in the right direction. But people don't look at the facts; they look at the expenses. And they're like, "Oh no, the EPS is bad. Oh no, it's everything else, and nothing else matters. They're not making steps to being profitable. Actually, we are making great steps to being profitable. Our gross margins increased on the quarter. We hired a ton of people. We paid down several things that are one-time expenses that we'll never have to pay down again, like $17 million worth of debt, like the incentivizing stock options for the employees. People don't do. It's stupidity. It's stupidity, man. In my opinion, long term, the company, not even why I don't even need to say long term here. The company's given us every reason to believe that this is a stock that's going to be valued at $100 in 10 years from now, or even 8 years from now, or even 5 years from now, right? So, yeah. Yeah, man, that was a nice rant. That was a long rant. But yeah, that's an important question. You got to ask yourself whether you're willing to risk the chance of us not going up as fast as you think. You guys know what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm thinking we're going up there. I think we're going to do very well. I think we're going to do very well, man. And I've told you why. And every quarter I've been proved, and 3 quarters in a row I've been proved right. But the stop price, we're just moving with high growth. Every single quarter we're going to get good revenue in the aggregate, and maybe not every single one we're going to get a beat, right? It depends on the expectations, but the numbers year over year, quarter over quarter, sequentially, it's the subsequent growth that we're going to continue to get. It's going to prove that this company is one you want to be holding. You want to be holding. Profitability is coming. 100 million in revenue is coming. Those things are coming with the Sapphire right now. That's what my opinion is, and that's something that I don't want to risk not holding on to, right? So you got to ask yourself if that's something you want to do. I'm going to buy a Sapphire and open up a shop. Do I need a license? I'm not the right person to ask for that. If bears were good at trading, they would be on their yacht, but yet they are here on a YouTube chat stream. Remember, even in the beginning, Illumina traded very low. Yes, I know. It's an amazing example. It's an amazing example, man. JJ, too many people worry about day-to-day fluctuations in the stock price. There are up days and there are down days, but as long as the company executes, they should rise. And that's exactly what, and that's what I basically just tried to say throughout that 10 minutes. I mean, that's basically a simplified way of saying what I said. As long as the company does well and as long as they execute, right? Yeah, quote from Jay. As long as they execute, we should rise. The stock is the company at the base level. This is not just a stock that people trade on their whims and their spontaneous decisions and their day trades. This has a business behind it, and this has actual people that are working every day, that are working as we speak to get the sales and get the Sapphire out there and help revolutionize healthcare. Literally, I mean, that's what we're doing with Dinos. We're literally helping. I know it's like almost cliche and trite to say saving lives, but at the end of the day, diagnosing people, getting people diagnosed quicker with FSHD and ALL and cancer, even all these absolutely awful diseases, that's what they're working for, and we're helping them do that. That's another thing. So, did we ever get an answer why Eric was in New York City having a cocktail with Kramer? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. If I could get on the earnings call, and actually I'm going to be able to get on the call the earnings. Hopefully I'll be able to get on the earnings call and ask a question next time. Hopefully I'll be able to this quarter. Well, technically during next quarter, because that's when this quarter's earnings report will come out. Because I'm going to get I have a webcam. A webcam is on the way, and but it's going to be more like 10 days or 15 days till I get it, because I also have to get a docking station with it, because I don't have another USB port, so I can't use it until I get the damn docking station. So it's gonna be like 10 days, but yeah, next earnings call I'll be able to actually have my phone, and I can actually call in and do whatever I need to do to get to actually ask questions in the ER, and I can actually ask them, hey man, you had a patent last year about the nano channel nanopore device. And you said you wanted to confidently start beginning processes to evaluate the commercialization process. Do you have an update for us? Is there anything new that you can tell us? Any sort of question like that will work. And also ask them about the CLI lab, what the damn specifics are. Or I could ask, well, I guess they probably wouldn't answer this, but I could ask them in 10 years from now, how many sapphires, what's a rough estimation how many sapphires you think are going to be out there? Cancer is largely the product of structural variation issues. BNGO has the potential to better cures and treatments for cancer. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Get Mark to do it. I'm pretty sure he has enough power to do it. He would. He probably would. To find out what would be going on, what Eric was doing in New York City, if that's what you're talking about. Imagine if BNGO uses the sapphire to come up with gene therapy treatments. The future is bright. BNGO, the sapphire could be used for revolutions like that. Absolutely. Yeah. And also today, I just noticed this. Well, not really just noticed, but I'm just going to talk about this. Look at how much we're actually, in a way, we're actually kind of outperforming on the day. Kind of. Right? We're doing much better than Microvision and Mara, Clover, Workhorse, all these other stocks are down over 1%. Almost all of them. There's a couple green ones, like Oxygen's being weird, all these other ones being weird, but we're relatively even right now today. We're not doing too bad. You have to, of course, take into consideration yesterday was a shit day, right? But still, man, you'll take it where we'll take what we can get. And like Jay said, day-to-day fluctuations are very, they're very trite. He was probably pitching the stock to a few institutions. Morning, Aaron, my friend. Brandon, looking at GTHX. It's my next BNGO. Their phase 3 showed a cure for cancer. Whoa, cure for cancer. You sure about that? GTHX. G1 Therapeutics. Let's see what they're trading at. $15. Dang. At the same IPO price almost, just like BNGO. Alright, I'll add her to the watch list. We are going to start checking out new stocks. Or start covering them. We're going to start covering stocks that we don't usually cover. Nano Dimension is the one, right? I think, because that's what everybody's voting for. Because it's just, like I said, it's probably going to be more boring than it was last quarter. This quarter is going to be more boring than it was last quarter for BNGO's price and news, even most likely. Because last quarter there was so much going on. I doubt that we're gonna match last quarter's craziness. And yeah, like I said, wow, Nano Dimension's 53% of 34 votes, of course. Wow. Yep, that's what we're gonna cover. Others below 15%. All different ones. We're gonna start covering them. 613, about to test the intraday low here. BNGO will finish green after being red most of the day, in your opinion. Interesting. Cure for cancer is great. To be able to prevent cancer through genomics is even better. Legit question, Thresh. What got you into BNGO initially? We were all trying to get rich off it like you did. Just have a longer time frame in mind. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good question right there. And I'll tell you what it is. If he's not going to answer, I'll tell you what it is. He saw the Sapphire and he thought it was a legit product, and then he got in before it was confirmed by the December 23rd study. That's what happened. He looked at the Sapphire before we did, fortunately for him. And he bought the day before the freaking December 23rd study, man. But yeah, with that being said, I say we end the stream here, man. It's a boring stream. I was gonna end it earlier, but then we got in that debate with we got the Bears coming in, and we got the dramatic stuff going on with the, I'm glad he asked the question, this legend right here. This is an OG of the channel. I'm glad he asked this question. We got with that rant, but yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream because this is a boring day. This is a boring day. It was confirmed last summer by Hoishin, Rashmi, and Alka in the summer. Yeah, well, it's kind of loosely defined what confirmed means, isn't it? I would rather have a study like the December 23rd one with actual, like completely no questions asked, absolutely for sure legit. Like, if I would have known about BNGO on December 23rd and actually was following the company, that's the day that you buy. And the reason is because that's when you know the Sapphire is legit. Or at least that's where it's very, at that point, after that study, it's very close to a fact at that point. It's very close. It essentially is. That Pat Bio study only helped bring in Cathie Wood hype investors already adopted by Mayo and MD Anderson last year. That doesn't mean anything, my friend. There's a couple institutions that can adopt anything. It can still be a product that's not exactly what it said it did. That doesn't exactly do what it says and it claims it does. Having the December 23rd study, my friend, there's a reason why we went up 1,000% after the December 23rd study. It's hard to make the case that literally 100% of this run-up was hype. It's actually impossible because, as you guys know, we didn't actually retrace to 50 cents. We've never even hit the low dollar range, right? We've only hit 5 or 4.30 at the lows on May 13th, right? The beautiful day of May 13th where we bought shares and Robbie Smith died. And Robbie Smith, are you there? He's always lurking in the chat. He's always lurking. But this was not all. I'm telling you, man, this was not all. This wasn't all hype. There was some legitimacy behind the run-up, and the legitimacy was this: not only more people realizing that it's a legit product, but people who already knew about it, knowing that it's actually confirmed that it was by a study as prestigious and credentialed and legit as the December 23rd one. I'm telling you, Thresh, that is the reason why. That is the reason why the run-up started. Okay. 614. All right. When is big money coming back to SPACs? That's a good question, man. SPACs, freaking everybody hates SPACs now. They have for a long time. Now it seems like well, not a long time, maybe like almost half this year almost. Those seems like 3 months, 4 or 5 months at least, right? I love Brandon. Use man. How do you say? I don't know how to. Us man. Thank you so much for the donation. I love Brandon. I love you too, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my friend. With your question, I gotta say, hey, man, you gotta make your own decision if you're gonna do this. If you're gonna continue in this community and hold it, you gotta make your own decision. Because I know a lot of people have stayed with our community for a while now, and they've had to ask themselves several times, is this a risk I want to take? Do I believe in the company enough? You please do your own research. Please do. You know where my research has brought me. You know my opinions. You got to go find out your own. You got to go look at your own and actually do hours of research on your own. So, but that's what I'm thinking. I think long term, the Illumina example is a perfect one, right? Here, let me do it again. One more time to be clear. I think that overall in the next 20 years, our chart. I don't know if we're gonna go to $500, but we're going to be going in this direction. That's what I think. That's as simple as it gets. Are you willing to risk selling and short-term trading whenever you may miss that run-up because it's brought on by something as irrational as as one of these run-ups right here, like the 20% day when we went up, like this day right here when we went up 20% because of CCO, or this time right here where we went up 1,000% because, yes, it was a great study, but we maybe should not have gone up all the way up to 15, right? Missing these run-ups. And also, how are you going to predict that study coming out on December 23rd? You can't, okay? Stuff like this is why you want to hold, in my opinion, and just buy as much as you can on the way down. That's my opinion. That's me. That's me, man. All right, man. With that being said, I think this is a good point. I think this is a good place to get out of here. Q3 earnings. Oh boy, already that's the first Q3 earnings question we got. It's a while away. It's going to be about 3 months away, my friend. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit down the line. Believe me, you won't make as much money short-term trading than by just holding. Yeah, I liked it at 40 million market cap. Nowadays, it's tough buy because not much has changed for the company since last fall, despite what Brandon insists. And market cap is still 45x. I keep selling calls though and hang around. No, that's where we disagree. See, the company, I'm sure, you know what? That's a good video idea where I detail every single thing that has changed with the company since 50 cents. And the biggest thing that has changed is proof that the Sapphire actually works. That's the biggest thing, which happened on December 23rd. And we've also got 3 revenue beats. Okay, 3 revenue beats. That's significant. We're on pace in 2021 to beat we're on pace this year to be significantly higher than any other year in the history of BNGO. Okay, literally, and I know it's only like 4 years, right? We went public in like 2018, right? But still, this year's revenue is going to be bigger than any other year. Okay, that is big by itself. We've got the business, we've got the freaking CLI lab, we've got Lineage in now. We've got 1,000 things that I've already detailed in a I tell you what, I can go to a Reddit post right now and read them all for you. I can read them all for you right now. Yeah, and that's another big thing right there, man. You said it yourself. There's no risk of bankruptcy or delisting now. Where was it? Which one did I put it on? This one might. Okay, here. All right. These are some of them. You can just pause it right here and read this. 2 revenue beats, 3 revenue beats now, 1 EPS beat, CEO and 3 C-suite members getting leaps. Okay, CFO projection of substantial double-digit revenue growth, along with his 20 to 40% year-over-year operating expense increase projection for the next few years, which is lower than what most people are expecting. Okay, profitability chances are likely to come at least 1 year before analyst projection. More bullish insider transactions in the form of CMO picking up leaps after original. Okay, I'm not going to read all these because it's just boring, but there you go. Those are some of the catalysts that we've got for the start of the year since 2021 started. That's some of them. Those are some of the things. But the 3x dilution negates the hell out of that. Well, it's still overall win-win, I would say. Jason Smith, Thresh would say the Wright brothers company is worth the same before and after their first flight. Dude, Thresh, and where your but 3x dilution negates the hell out of that, I would rather have a little bit of dilution, a little bit of decreased share value. I would rather have that and 300, almost 400 million in cash, especially with a company like this where you need cash, right? Literally, because you very much need it because otherwise, because that's one of the best things about BNGO, man. You know they're not going bankrupt. You know we're on the way to be profitable if we're gonna get any sort of volume in Sapphire sales at all. Even if we're gonna underperform in our Sapphire, even if we're not gonna get 63%, even if we're only gonna get 40% or 30%, we're still gonna be profitable before we run out of money. Because the cash runway, and that's where the Bears missed it again. They say we only have 5 years of cash runway. Yeah, if you assume that we're making no money, but if you consider how much closer we're getting to profitability every single year, then you understand that the cash runway is much larger. The actual amount of time that we have, that we're not going to run out of cash. That's what it means. We're not going to run out of cash before we're profitable. It's an extremely low chance. All right, and with that being said, let's get out of here, man. I've ranted enough. Let's get out of here. Send Eric an email and ask to schedule an interview. Basically, you'd give him an open mic. I think he said that is tricky to do. I don't think he would be allowed to do. I don't think he would do that. But plus, he wouldn't answer. Hot question: why is RG not invested in BNGO? I'll tell you what. Remind me of that question in the stream in the market close, and I will answer that. I've answered that 1,000 times. We will answer it again, though. And with that being said, there's the portfolio. UVSY getting killed, BNGO barely in the green, and BNGO Coal getting killed. Thank y'all so much. This is not finished advice. I will see y'all in the next one.